Hi everyone, do you want to make your own text classification system like Grammarly to impress your friends, but you don't have any knowledge regarding machine learning, artificial intelligence, or natural language processing, and you do not want to learn difficult libraries like NLTK, Keras, or TensorFlow? Then I think that you should try this course, because in this course you will learn so many things regarding text mining and natural language processing. I will start from a very basic level where I will explain what is tokenization, parts of speech tagging, noun phrase extraction, sentiment analysis, spelling checking, and much more. And then I will jump to the intermediate level where I will explain what is n-grams, what is navback classifiers, and how to make text classification system, and how to train models and model testing. Then I will jump to the advanced level and I will explain how to check model accuracy. Then we will jump again to sentiment analysis, tokenization, parts of speech tagging, noun phrase extraction. But this time I will explain them so deeply, and I will also explain how to detect languages and how to translate them. But wait. Now you are thinking that how this man will explain all of these things in just 2 hours. So don't worry, because in this course we will use the most easiest Python library for natural language processing, and that is Textblob. So if you are really interested, then what are you waiting for? Just give a try to this course, and I will see you in the next tutorial. So in this tutorial, we will talk about Textblob. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so Textblob is basically a combination of 2 words, text and blob. I hope you know very well what is text. So text could be a word, a sentence, a paragraph, or even a whole essay. Okay, and what is blob? So a blob is basically a small spot or lump of anything. Okay, so in this case, what will be our blob? So our blob will be a blob of text, a spot of text. Okay, so I hope this will make a sense. So by definition, a text blob is a Python library for processing textual data. Okay, so keep in mind that it is a library for processing textual data. So it provides us simple methods and functions for natural language processing. Or if I say it provides us APIs, simple APIs for natural languages processing, then it will be quite good. Okay, so here I have a question, and I hope the same question will be in your mind as well, and that is, what are these processing? So what are natural language processings? Okay, so these processings include part of speech tagging, noun phrase extraction, sentiment analysis, classification, translation, and much more. And we will go through all these things very deeply in the next tutorial. So keep watching the course and just follow the instructions. And in the next tutorial, we will see how to prepare environment for Textblob. So I will see you in the next tutorial. In this tutorial, we will see how to prepare environment for natural language processing using Textblob library. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so first of all, you need Python. Okay, so just go to python.org and just download the latest version of Python, and that is 3.9.7. Okay, so just hit this download button and it will begin the download. Okay, so make sure that if you are using Windows, then download it for Windows, or if you are using Linux, okay, then just click this Linux/Unix, okay, and download the Python for Linux. and if you are using Mac OS, then download for Mac OS. Okay, so after downloading Python, just double click on the setup and you will see such type of interface. Make sure that you click on this little checkbox which is add Python 3.9 to path. Okay, so make sure that you click this little checkbox. Okay, and this will add Python to your environment variable. Okay, so now make sure that you do this step. This is very important, otherwise you need to add the path of Python manually to the environment variables. Okay, so after downloading and installing Python, just go to the jetbrand.com/pycharm. Okay, and what is pycharm? So I hope you know very well. Pycharm is basically an IDE, an integrated development environment in which we will actually write our code. And the reason why I'm using PyCharm is that firstly, its interface is quite good, and secondly, it is made for Python development, and that's why I'm using PyCharm. So there are two versions of PyCharm, the professional one, okay, and the community one. So we need pure Python development, so we will download community one. Okay, otherwise you can use professional one, but I think that we do not need it, and it is paid as well. Okay, so just download the community one and just double click on the setup, hit next, and install, and this will install your PyCharm. Okay, so after installation of PyCharm, you will get such type of interface. Okay, not in the back one. Okay, you will get this type of interface in which it will ask you location, okay, and all other things. We will go through all these things. So first of all, location. So we need to create a new project and we need to set a location for our project. So just click on this file button, okay, and just define your location. So I want to save my project in the desktop, and I have created a separate folder with the name Textblob. So how you can create a separate folder? So just click on this button, okay, and it will create a new folder for you. Okay, so after creation of new folder, I have created an other folder with the name project_1, and in which I will save all my files. Okay, so after creating everything, just click OK. Okay, and now we need to create a virtual environment. What is virtual environment? So virtual environment is basically an environment which allow us to do development. Okay, so I hope this will make a sense, but everything we do in virtual environment do not interact with our main system, or everything we do in our main system do not interact with our virtual environment. So this is basically a difference between a main system or a virtual environment. Okay, so we need to define the location for our virtual environment as well. So just click on this folder, and I will go with Textblob. Okay, and I will create a separate file here. Okay, a separate folder. So just click on this folder icon, okay, and just write like project _1_virt virtual. Okay, and just click OK, and this will create a virtual this will create another folder in which we will save all of our virtual data, and just click OK. Okay, so I hope till that point you have understood everything, and nothing else we need to do. Just keep everything as it is and just click here create, and this will on this window, and this will create our virtual environment for us. Okay, and it is loading components, creating virtual environment. Okay, so just wait for a few seconds. So once our virtual environment is ready, you will find such type of interface. Okay, this is our project1 folder, and this is our main.py file. Don't worry about this code, just select everything and just press backspace. Okay, so we do not need that code. Okay, so now we have installed Python, we have installed PyCharm. Okay, and now third step, and that is to install our Textblob. Okay, so it's very simple. Just open the terminal. Okay, So if I install my text blob using cmd, okay, just type here cmd, and if I install my text blob using cmd, then the program which we will write inside our PyCharm will not run, and it will give us an error. And this is because we have created a virtual environment, so there will be no interaction between our system and our virtual environment. Okay, so do not install TextBlob using cmd. Okay, try to install it using the terminal of PyCharm. Okay, so just write here pip and install, and just write here text blob text blob, and just hit enter. Okay, pip is not recognized, sorry. Pip pip install and std install text blob. Okay, and hit enter, and this will start installation of text blob. Okay, and this will take a few seconds. Okay, so after the installation of text blob, we need actually the necessary NLTK corpora. So let me clear you that text blob is based on NLTK library. Okay, so we need to install the necessary corpora for this text blob. Okay, so just write here Python, okay, and then dash m text text blob dot download underscore corpora. Okay, so we need to install the necessary corpora for text blob and hit enter. So now we have the necessary corpora as well, and this was all about preparation of environment. And in the next tutorial we will jump into the development, so I will see you in that tutorial. So in this tutorial we will jump into practical work, and we will see how to create blobs of text in TextBlob, and then we will see how to perform tokenization, which is one of the basic NLP operation. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so previously we have created our virtual environment, and this is our main.py file. So first thing first, and that is import our text blob. So just write here from text blob import import text blob. Okay, so we have imported our this text blob, and with the help of this class we will actually create our blob of text. Okay, so let me clear you that performing anything in text blob consists of two steps. Okay, so in the first step we create a blob of text. Okay, and in the second step we call a certain function for a specific task. Okay, so I hope this will make a sense. So now let's come to step number 1, and that is creating a blob of text. So just write here blob is equals to and text brackets. Okay, and now inside this text blob just pass our required string. Okay, so for example in this case I will go with like hello, this is natural natural language processing course. Okay, so this is natural language processing course, and awesome, we have created our blob. And if I type here print blob, it will print our blob. Okay, so if I run it, okay, so this is our string. Okay, so awesome, you have completed step number 1, and that is creation of a blob. And now we will jump to step number 2, and that is calling a function for a specific task. And in this case our specific task is tokenization. So before I jump into tokenization, you need to understand what is tokenization. So tokenization basically refers to dividing text or a sentence into a sequence of tokens, and these tokens roughly corresponds to words. Okay, so in a simple definition, we need to divide this sentence into words. Okay, and it's very easy task. Okay, so just call blob, okay, our variable blob, and just put dot, and then just write here words. Okay, we need to divide that sentence into small tokens or small words. Okay, and if I run it, I hope that you will see nothing, and of course nothing is here. Okay, so this is because this function, this word function, has created tokens, but we need to print it. So just write here print and print. Okay, and now we will see the tokens of this sentence, and these are hello, this is natural language processing course. Okay, so this is basically a list. Okay, and you can actually loop through all these words as well. Okay, so for example, if I write here for b in blob dot words words. Okay, and I need to print each word separately, and in this case this will be my b, and if I run it, yeah, here is my hello, this is natural processing class. So this is how you can actually perform tokenization in Textblob with just a single line. So that's why I choose Textblob library for natural language processing, because it's very cool, it's very easy, and it's very awesome. In this tutorial, we will see how to find different type of part of speech in a sentence. If I say we will do part of speech tagging in this tutorial, then it will make more sense. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so previously we have done till this point, we have done tokenization here. Okay, and I hope you have understood it. And now we will do part of speech tagging. So it's very simple. Just keep in mind that performing any type of task in Textblob consists of two steps: creation of a blob, and then performing certain operation on that blob. Okay, so this is our step number one, and this is our blob. So this is hello, this is a natural language processing course. Okay, so this is my blob, and now I will apply tagging, part of speech tagging on this blob. So it's very simple. If I say blob dot tags tags, okay, and if I say all of these tags in a variable, like I will say that part of speech. Okay, POS, part of speech, and I will say every tag in this part of speech variable, and then I will print that variable. Okay, POS, and if I run it, hope this thing will work fine. Okay, so yeah, here is my output. Okay, so here the hello is my noun. Okay, and this is my DT. So these are all the abbreviation of a different part of speech. Okay, I have given a list. You can just download that list and go through all these abbreviations. Okay, so WBZ represent verb. Okay, natural JJ, and language noun again. Okay, so this is how you can perform tagging in Textblob. Okay, so now what I want to print only nouns. Okay, so it's very simple. I will loop through the list. Okay, for I will say the name of the word, or I will say word. Okay, and I will set tag in post. Okay, so why I'm writing here word and tag? Because this post returns two things. One is the word, okay, and the other is the tag. Okay, and that's why I'm writing here word and comma tag. Okay, I will save word in this variable, and I will save its tag in this variable. Okay, so it's good. And now I will check if my tag double equals to like an NNP noun. Okay, then I will just need to print that word. Okay, WORD word. Okay, so this will print just noun. Okay, and if I run it, and yeah, here are my nouns. Okay, hello language processing course. Okay, so I hope you have understood. We will see how we can perform noun phrase extraction in Textblob. So let's begin the lecture. Previously, we have done till that point where we were performing some part of speech tagging processes in Textblob, and in this tutorial we will see how we can extract noun phrases. Okay, so but before I go to noun phrase extraction, let's change our text here. Okay, or let's increase it. Okay, so hello, this is natural language processing course. In this course, COUR course, you will learn text blob from BEGINN from beginning. You will learn some basic concepts. Okay, so I think it's quite good, and now we will apply noun phrase extraction. Okay, so we have our blob. Okay, and now we will perform our noun phrase extraction operation here, and it's very simple. Just write blob blob dot noun phrases. Okay, and we need to print it, so you can write here print. Okay, and noun phrases. Okay, or you can assign a separate variables to this blob.noun phrases, and then you can print that variable as well. Okay, so if I run it, okay, so yeah, here are my 1, 2, 3, and 4 noun phrases. Okay, hello language processing, text blob, basic concepts. Okay, so this is quite good. You can even find the length as well. Okay, so if I write here len and I say blob dot noun phrases. Okay, and if I say that length in a variable, like I will say L is equals to, and then if I print L, you will find that it will return 4. Okay, because there are 4 noun phrases in this paragraph. If I run it, yeah, here are my output. Okay, and here is 4. Okay, so this paragraph contains 4 noun phrases. Okay, so I don't know how I didn't mention, but you can actually find the total number of words in this paragraph as well using a phenomena which we have done, and that is tokenization. Okay, so with the help of tokenization, you can find the total number of words in this paragraph as well. Okay, so it's very simple. Like I will say n is equals to blob dot words, word is words, and I will find the length. Okay, so len length, and then I will print that n. Okay, print n, and it will return the total number of words which this paragraph has. Okay, and yeah, here is my output, and this paragraph contain only 22 words. Okay, so you can actually count it, but it's quite a time consuming task. So this is how you can actually count the total number of words in a paragraph. So in this tutorial we will see how to perform sentiment analysis in Textblob. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so first of all, before I jump into coding, it is very important to understand what is sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis is basically the process of determining the attitude or the emotion of the writer. Okay, whether it is positive or negative or neutral. So I hope you have understood what is sentiment analysis. Okay, and now the sentiment functions of the text blob, which basically enables us to determine the attitude or the emotion of the writer, returns two properties: the polarity and the subjectivity. So what is polarity? So polarity is a float value which lies in the range of -1 to 1. Okay, so if we get a polarity which value is between -1 to 0, then this means that the attitude of the writer is negative. Okay, if we get -1 value, this means that this sentence is very negative. Or if we get a value between 0 and 1, then this means that attitude of the writer is positive. Okay, so polarity basically tells us about the attitude of the writer, and subjective sentences generally refers to personal opinion, emotion, or judgment, whereas objective refers to factual information. Okay, and subjectivity is also a float value which lies in the range of 0 and 1. Okay, so polarity lies in the range of -1 and 1. Okay, while subjectivity lies in the range 0 and 1. So I hope you have understood what is sentiment analysis, and now let's jump into some practical work. So I am on my PyCharm. Okay, now we will do sentiment analysis. Okay, so just remove everything here, and now let's change this text. Okay, so just change it, and I will go with like YouTube is one of the best platform to learn new to learn new skills. Okay, so I hope this sentence is good. Okay, so now we will analyze this sentence. Okay, so it's very very cool or very easy. Just write blob, okay, dot sentiment, SENTI, sentiment. Okay, and I want to print it, so just write print and then blob dot sentiment, and let's run it. And yeah, here is my output, that is polarity 0.5. This means that it is quite positive, and subjectivity is 0.3. This means that it is a public opinion. Okay, 30% of public agree with this sentence. Okay, so this is quite good. And now I want to print these values in a percentage. Okay, so it's very easy. So basically this sentiment blob.sentiment function returns two things: the polarity and the subjectivity. Okay, so I will save the polarity in P and the subjectivity in S, is equals to blob.sentiment. Okay, blob.sentiment, and now I will convert this P to percentage. Okay, and I will call it like P underscore percent. Okay, PRT pert. Okay, and now how I can convert this to percentage. So it's very awesome and it's very simple. Just multiply that value with 100. Okay, and then we need to convert it into int. Okay, so just convert it into int, and this will return us a percentage value. And for the subject, just write PRT pert is equals to int, and then s multiplied by 100. And now I need to print these two values, so just write print, and I will say POLARITY, polarity, and for the polarity I will go with this value, which is P percent. So just write here P underscore PRT. Okay, and I need to put percent sign as well here. And now I need to print the subjectivity, so just write here SUBJECTIVITY, subjectivity. Okay, and for this the value of my subjectivity is s underscore per word. Okay, and I need to print the percent sign here as well. And now if I run it, you will see everything in percentage. Yeah, my polarity is 56% while my subjectivity is 37%. So this is how you can actually perform sentiment analysis in Textblob. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. In this tutorial, we will see what is words inflection and how to perform words inflection in Textblob. So let's begin the lecture. First of all, you need to understand what is words inflection. So words inflection is a process of word formation. Okay, so keep in mind that inflection is a process of word formation in which characters are added to the base form of word to express grammatical meanings. Okay, for example, I have a word, it is in its singular form, okay, and I want to convert it into its plural form. So this is called words inflection. Or if I have in plural form and I want to convert that word into its singular form, this is also called words inflection. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is words inflection. So now let's do some practical work. Okay, so I am on my PyCharm, and previously we have done how to perform sentiment analysis in Textblob, and now we will see how to perform words inflection in Textblob. Okay, so it's very simple. First of all, I need a word. Okay, so you can actually tokenize that sentence and then select any of the word by defining its index. Okay, so first of all, we will go with that process. For example, I want to convert that platform word into its plural form. Okay, so it's very simple. First of all, just tokenize that sentence. So just write blob dot words, blob dot words. Okay, and I will save that list in wd. Okay, words. Okay, and now we need to access to this particular word. So this will be at index number 6, I think. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, it will be at index number 6. So for example, let's print it. So wd and just define the index 6. Okay, and now if I run it, this will print platform. Yes, platform. And now I need to convert that wd, that platform word, to its plural form. Okay, so it's very simple. Just right here I will create another variable and I will say it like p. Okay, or pl plural. Okay, and is equals to wd index number 6 dot pluralize, pluralize. Okay, so this pluralize function will basically convert that singular into its plural form, and then we need to print that pl. Okay, and now you will notice that we will get the plural form of platform, and that is platform. So awesome, you have done words inflection in Textblob. And now, for example, if I don't have this sentence and I need to perform a words inflection operation on a single word, okay, so it's very easy, it's very awesome, and I want the user to enter that word in the terminal. Okay, so first of all, let's create that function, the input function. Okay, and I will save that word in wd is equals to input, not capital input input. Okay, and I will say enter your word. Okay, and I will save that word in wd, and now I need to convert that word to its plural form. Okay, so I need to move that word to a particular class that is called words. Okay, so I will import that class from Textblob import import word word. Okay, and then I will say result result or raw result raw underscore result is equals to world. Okay, and then I will pass that to world here. Okay, so world and wd. Okay, and now I will perform my operation on this particular variable. So I will call raw underscore result dot plu pluralize, and I need to print it. Okay, so just print it, print print. Okay, and now everything will work fine, I hope. Yes, enter your word, and I want like a double ple apple, and yeah, apples are my plural of this word. Okay, and now what I want to convert a plural word into its singular form. Okay, so it's very simple, just copy the same code. Okay, just copy it and paste it here, and just change the variables. It will be my singular. Okay, singular, and raw underscore result underscore singular. Okay, raw underscore result underscore singular. And now instead of pluralize, I will say singularize, singu, singularize. And if I run it, first we need to enter the singular word so that it will convert it to plural word. So okay, apple, and yeah, here is my plural. Okay, and now I need to enter a plural word, and I will call it like PALLS balls. And yeah, here is my singular. So what is your homework? Your homework is that you need to check if the user has entered a plural word or a singular word. If it is a plural word, then you need to convert it into its singular form. Okay, and if it is in a singular form, then you need to convert it into its plural form. Okay, so this is your homework. Try your best to do that homework, and I will see you in the next tutorial. We will see how lemmatization works in Textblob. So let's begin the lecture. First of all, before I jump into coding, it is very important to understand what is lemmatization. Okay, and in order to understand what is lemmatization, you need to understand what is lemma. So according to Cambridge Dictionary, lemma is a form of a word that appears as an entry or a tag in a dictionary and is used to represent all the other possible forms. Okay, so I hope you have understood. For example, build. Okay, build is a word and it represents builds, building, built. Okay, so build is basically a lemma or an entry point or a tag for builds, building, and built. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is lemma and what is lemmatization. And now let's jump into some coding. So I am on my Python, and previously we have done how to perform words inflection in Textblob, and now we will see how lemmatization works in Textblob. So remove everything. Okay, remove everything, and now what I need to convert words into its entry point or into its tag word. Okay, so I will also take user input. Okay, and then I will convert that word into its entry point or into its lemma. Okay, so just write here WOR or WD is equals to INPUT input, and write ENT or enter your word. Okay, enter your word, and then I need to convert that word raw is equals to WOR the word. Okay, WD, and now I need to convert that raw into its lemma form. Okay, so I will print raw dot lemma, lemmatize. Okay, and now inside these two rounded brackets, I need to pass the parts of speech in which I want to convert it. For example, in this case, I will go with verb, okay, and we represent my verb, okay. And now if I run it, okay, I need to enter my word, and for example, I will go with like buildings, buildings, okay, and yeah, build is the lemma of building, okay. And now if I run this thing again, and this time I will enter something else like like vetted, WAITED, vetted, and it is performing its operation. And yeah, vet is the lemma of vetted, okay. So this is how lemmatization works in Textblob, and how simple it is just by writing a single function lemmatize, and it converts our word into its lemma form, okay. So I hope you have understood. So in this tutorial, we will see how to check for spelling mistakes in a sentence using Textblob library. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so first of all, let's write here a wrong sentence. Okay, so again, keep in mind performing any task in Textblob consists of two things. Okay, creation of your string, okay, and then performing operation on that string. Okay, so first of all, let's create a wrong sentence here, and in this case I will go with like I have good, 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 triple OD, good spellings, SPELLING, I have good spelling. Okay, so now I need to perform a spelling correction operation on this sentence. Okay, so it's very simple. Just write here blob dot correct. Okay, CORRECT, blob dot correct, and I will save this thing in a sent variable, and then I will print that variable sent, and if I run it, yeah, here is my correct sentence, and that is I have good spelling. Okay, so this is how you can check for a spelling mistake in Textblob. Okay, so you can also check for the list of suggested words, okay, and you can also check its confidence level as well. Okay, so it's very simple. Instead of correct, or I will save that new variable lst is equals to blob dot, I will say spell check, SPELL spell CHECK, spell check. Okay, and then I will print print that list, okay, lst, and if I run it, okay, so we got an error. Basically, we need to define a certain word on which we want to perform that spell check method. Okay, so for example, I want to check this word, okay, the list of suggested words and its confidence for this word, GOOD, good. Okay, so it is at position 0, 1, 2. Okay, so just write here 2, and not 2, we need to actually convert that thing into first tags, and then we can check it. So just right here, but instead of converting the whole thing into tag, I will say blob dot words, and then I will pass the index, which is 2 dot spell check, SPELL spell CHECK, spell check. Okay, and now it will work fine, and I need to save this thing in a LST variable, and if I run it, yeah, good. So good is 100%. Okay, and for example, let's go with let's change this thing. Okay, and instead of good, I will call it like great. Okay, and now let's check this word. And yeah, here is my list of all possible words and their confidence level. Okay, so grad, its confidence level is 0.5, this means 50%. Get is 30%. Grew is 0.1, and this means 10%. And gray is just 2%. For example, if I perform spell check operation, you have noticed that it has replaced grad with grad because its percentage or its confidence level is highest in all the list. Okay, so this is how you can check for confidence level and all suggested words. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and just play with these things. Okay, for example, convert that value into percentage, or you can actually make your own app like Grammarly, okay, in which you will check for spelling mistake, for noun phrases mistakes, for sentiment analysis, words inflection, or lemmatization. Okay, so you can create your own Grammarly app as well. So in this tutorial, we will see how to check the frequency of a certain word in a sentence, and we will also see how to check the frequency of noun phrase in a sentence. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so previously we have done how to check spelling mistakes in a sentence, and now we will see the frequency or how frequent this word is present in a sentence. Okay, so it's very awesome, and there are two methods. Okay, the first one is to use a dictionary, and the second one is to use a method. Okay, so first of all, we will go with the dictionary. Okay, just remove everything, and instead of this sentence, I have copied a sentence. Okay, and this is okay, so just make it together. This is my sentence. Okay, and we will check this word. Okay, iki, and we will check how frequent this word is present in this sentence. So first of all, I will go with dictionary method. Okay, dictionary and dictionary. Okay, and just write here blob dot word underscore count. Okay, so this is basically dictionary, and we need to define here the certain word. Okay, and I will say like iki, and I need to print it. So just write print. Okay, print it, and if I run it, you will see that this certain word is present 3 times, and yeah, this is my answer, which is 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and the next method is to use a built-in method. Okay, so this is method, and in this case, we just need to write here blob dot words dot count. Okay, so blob dot words dot count, and here we need to pass our word, and that is iki, and we need to print that word as well. We need to print the amount as well. So just write here print, print, print. Okay, print, and this will print 3 as well. Okay, and yeah, here is 3 and here is 3. Okay, so one more feature that this method provides us is that can check for case sensitive word as well. So just write here CASE case underscore sensitive sensitive is equal to true, and now you will notice that it will return just 2. Okay, this is because this e key is present 2 times here. Okay, if I apply this case sensitive to true, so if I run it, you will notice that our first answer will be 3. Okay, so we got an error, and that is case sensitive. Okay, so sorry, we just need to remove this rounded brackets. Okay, and put bracket here, and now this will print 2 here. Okay, yeah, here is 2. Okay, so this is how this case sensitive value works. Okay, so this is basically a boolean, and if I increase this e, and then you will notice that it will now print 1 because e key is present 1. Okay, so yeah, here is my answer. So this is how you can check how frequent a word is present in a sentence. And now I will check noun phrases. Okay, noun PHRASE, noun phrases frequency. Okay, noun phrases frequency, and it's simple as well. Okay, so just write blob dot noun phrases dot count. Okay, count, and we need to count what thing like knights. Okay, and IGHTS knights. Okay, and we need to print it. Okay, just write here print, and just print this thing. And if I run it, okay, 0. So basically knight is not our noun phrase. Okay, so now first of all let's print noun phrases. Okay, so just remove it, noun phrases. Okay, and yeah, ni, iki and patang are my noun phrases. Okay, and for example let's type this this word patang for 2 times, PTANG, comma PTANG. And now if I check my noun phrases like dot count, okay, and now I need to pass my phrase, and that is PTANG. Okay, and you will notice that it will return 3. Okay, because this particular noun phrase is present 3 times in this sentence. Okay, so it is processing, and yeah, here is my answer. So this is how you can check for noun phrases frequency and words frequency. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. So in this tutorial we will see how to perform n-grams method in Textblob. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so first of all, instead of jumping directly into the code, you just need to understand what is n-grams. So, n-grams is one of the most important concept in data sciences. Okay, so it is very much important and it helps us in many scenarios. So basically, n-gram methods let us divide a sentence into n number of words. Okay, so it divides a whole sentence into lists, and each list contain n numbers of words, which we will define later. Okay, so in real world problems, n-grams basically help us a lot. For example, according to a recent research, if we use 3 grams or 4 grams method, it helps us to filter scams, emails, or in most cases 2 grams help us in data sciences. We use n-grams in probability as well. Okay, but I will not go deeply into it because I am assuming that you are an absolute beginners. Okay, and all of these things will make you confused. Okay, but I will just show you how to perform n-gram operation in Textblob. Okay, so you will get a better understanding. First of all, just remove these things. Okay, and I will perform n-gram operation on this blob. Okay, so you will get a better understanding of n-gram when we will do practical work. So just write here blob dot n-grams. Okay, n-grams, and now we need to define the n value. Okay, so this n-grams basically represent n number of grams. Okay, and we will define that value here, and make sure that your value should be integer, not float, nothing else. Okay, it should be integer. For example, for now I will go with like 3 grams. Okay, so just write here 3, and I will save the result in a variable, and I will call it like g is equals to, and now I will print g. We will get a list, and then inside that list we will get sub list. Okay, so like a multi-dimensional list, I think. Okay, so if I run it, yeah, here is my man list. Okay, so here is my man list, and inside that list I have sublists. Okay, so this is my list number 1, this is my list number 2, this is my list number 3. Okay, so this 3 basically represents our grams, and you have noticed that this 3 has divided this sentence into a list and then inside that list we have further list with each list of words of 3. Okay, so for example, just look at this list. We are no. Okay, we are no. So we have 3 words, and then just look to this sentence. Are no longer, it has 3 words. No longer the, it has 3 words, and longer the knives. Okay, so it has 3 words. So this is how n-grams work. Okay, so if I replace this 3 with 2, you will notice that this list will have only 2 words. Okay, so if I run it, okay, so now we have only 2 words in a list. Okay, so we are no, no longer, longer the. Okay, so this basically help us to filter scams, okay, or to find the probability as well. Okay, so you can actually play with these lists, like you can find the total length of this list. Okay, or you can print each of these lists separately. You can perform certain type of operations on this list. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is n-grams. Okay, I know that you still have so many questions regarding n-grams, but keep these questions for your future research. Okay, so keep yourself curious about n-grams, because this concept really help us in real world scenarios. So in this tutorial we will see how text blobs act like Python string. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so first of all, just remove these 2 lines, and let's remove this sentence and write a simple sentence. Okay, so just remove it, and there I will write like this is my simple sentence. Okay, so this is my simple sentence, and now we will see how these text blobs, so this is my text blob, how these text blob act like Python string. So it's very simple. For example, I want to convert this whole sentence into capital letters. Okay, so I will just write blob dot upper upper. Okay, and I will save this sentence into a variable. I will call it like up is equals to this, and now I will print this up. Okay, so print up, and you will notice that this upper method will convert my whole sentence into uppercase letters. Okay, so this is my sentence, this is my simple sentence. Okay, it's awesome. And now what I can do with this, I can actually find a particular word as well. For example, I want to find the position of this simple. Okay, so I can write like blob dot find. Okay, blob dot find, and I will define my word here, and that is simple, is simple. And you will notice, for example, just print it for now, and you will notice that we will get an integer value here. Okay, and let me tell you why we are getting integer value. Yeah, so our answer is 11. So this means that this simple word is present at position 11. Okay, and how this text block calculated? So it counts these characters. Okay, so for example, T1 2 3 4 5 space, just count the space as well. Okay, 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and yeah, here is my simple. Okay, so it has defined our position. Okay, so that's why we are getting this 11 here. Okay, so I hope you have understood why we are getting 11, because this simple is present at this 11 position. But sorry, I counted this T from 1, but in this Python everything starts from 0. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and then 11. So we are getting 11. That's right. Okay, so make sure that you should count it from 0. Okay, otherwise you will get a wrong answer. Okay, and now you can actually compare two strings as well. For example, let's do some fun here. Comparison. For example, I have 2 blobs. Okay, one is a is equals to text blob, and I will pass apple here, a double P-L-E apple here, and I have a next blob, and that is B. Okay, and I will pass here banana, B-A-N-N-A. I think this is a correct spelling, B-A-N-A-N-A. Okay, banana, and I want to compare these two strings. Okay, and if our if B is greater than A, okay, I will print B. Okay, and else I will print A. So obviously, if you count the characters in banana, you will find that the characters in banana are greater than characters in apple. Okay, so if I run it, you will notice that it will print banana here. And yes, so this is how you can compare two strings in Textblob as well. So Textblob has Python string properties as well. So this was a short tutorial on how Textblob behaves like Python string. Okay, so in this tutorial, we will see how to get the start and end indices of a sentence in Textblob. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so just remove everything. Okay, and let's increase the length of this sentence. So this is my simple sentence, and B-E-A-U-T-I, beautiful is better than U-G, ugly. Okay, and by beautiful, not beautiful. Beautiful is better than ugly, and I will say simple is better than complex. Okay, so I have these three sentences, and I want to get the indices of all these three sentences. Okay, the start indices and the end indices. Okay, so first of all, I need to convert that text blob into sentences. For example, and it's very simple. Just write here blob dot sentences, or not sentiments dot sentences. Sentences. Okay, I will save this list in sent variable. Okay, and if I print that variable, you will see that we will get a list. Okay, so if I print it, yeah, so this is my list. Okay, so this is my simple sentence. Beautiful is better than ugly, and simple is better than complex. So this is awesome. And now I need to loop through each element of this list. Okay, so just write here for s in sent. Okay, and I will so this s will have this sentence first, and then this sentence, and then this sentence. Okay, so this s has some other properties as well, like I will just say that st, which represents start. So s dot start is equals to, I will print the start of, I will save the start of the sentence in this st variable. Okay, and I will print the end s dot end of a sentence in this ed variable. Okay, and then I will print it. Okay, so just write here print, and I will print the sentence first. Okay, and then I will say start start, and then I will say st. Okay, and then I will say end, and I will print the end of the sentence ed. Okay, and now let's run it. Yeah, so this is my sentence, and it starts from 0, okay, and ends at indices 27. Okay, and this next sentence starts from 28 and ends at 58, and the next one starts from 59 and end at 88. Okay, so this is how you can find the start and end indices of a sentence in using Textblob library. So now we will start the development of our own text classification system. Okay, you must be thinking that why we need our own text classification system, because we are doing text classification from tutorial number 1. Then why we need our own text classification system? So you have a very valid question, and it's quite good if you are thinking. I really appreciate you if you have this question in your mind. So we will first of all, we will develop this system by ourselves. Okay, so we will develop this text classification system, and this will not really help you to understand some basic concepts regarding machine learning in natural language processing, but it will help you in further machine learning. Okay, because you will learn what is a model, okay, how to train a model, or how to test a model. Okay, so you will learn so many basic concepts regarding machine learning in this text class during the development of our text classification system. Okay, and the next question is how we will develop our own text classification system. So we will use a Textblob.classifier module, and it will really help us to develop our own text classification system. Okay, and now you are thinking that what is a model, because I have used these words in the beginning of the lecture. So what is a model? So a model is basically a file, okay, so that will help us to recognize certain patterns, okay, after training it. Okay, so in simple words, if I say a model is just like a brain. Okay, so we first train the brain, and then we test our brain. Okay, so at level 0, our brain or our model is just like a brain of a child. Okay, and it knows nothing about anything. Okay, it knows nothing how to perform operations. Okay, and how to check for certain conditions. Okay, and everything else. So first of all, we train this model by providing data and providing answers. Okay, for example, we will provide a sentence, and our model will tell us whether this sentence is positive or negative. Okay, like sentiment analysis we have done before. So we will develop our own custom sentiment analysis system. Okay, so first of all, in training section, we will provide sentences, and we will also provide answers. Okay, so we will write a sentence, and we will tell that this sentence is positive. Then we will provide another sentence, and we will say this sentence is negative. The more we will provide data to this system, the more we will make our system accurate. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is training, and then we will test it. So we will ask a user to enter any sentence. Okay, and we will tell that whether your sentence is positive or negative. Okay, so this is how a model works. So it is like an artificial brain. Okay, and it actually makes decision, and we do not need to explicitly tell the system whether this is positive or whether this is negative. All the decisions are made by machine, this model itself. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is a model. And now the next question is, and that is what you will learn. So you will basically learn how to load data from files. Okay, and you will also learn how to create a model, then how to check the accuracy of the model. Okay, and you will also learn how to update a model. So I hope you have understood the basic concept regarding our text classification system, and from the next tutorial we will actually start the development of our own text classification system. In this tutorial, we will start the development of our own text classification system. And in this tutorial, we will see how to load data, okay, and then we will see how to create a classifier. So let's begin the lecture. First of all, we need to create a classifier, okay? So in this case, I will use a built-in Textblob classifier, and that is Nlp classifier. And now you are thinking that what is a Nlp classifier? So it is basically a probabilistic machine learning model that is based on Bayes' theorem. So if you know Bayes' theorem, then well and good. But if you don't know Bayes' theorem, then I will not explain it, because I don't want to make you confused. Okay, I'm assuming that you are absolute beginner having no knowledge of machine learning. Okay, and that's why I will not go in theorems or anything else. I will make a separate course on all these basic concepts regarding machine learning, and I will explain all of these theorems there, okay? But I will not explain Bayes' theorem here, okay, because this will make you confused. So I will just directly go to practical work. So first of all, we need to import our model or our classifier, okay? So just right here from text blob from textblob dot classifier import nav classifier, okay? So the above one, okay? So now we have imported our nav classifier, okay? And now we will create a model. So for example, I will call it like model model is equals to nav 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 classifier, and here inside this classifier we need to pass a data set, okay? So we need to train this model, okay, so that it will make a correct or accurate decision. So now we need to load our data. So let me mention here creating classifier, creating a classifier, and now we need to load our data, loading, loading data, loading data, okay? So we need two data set, okay? And why we need two data set? First data set will be our training data set, okay, and it will train our model, okay? And then we need a second data set, and that will be our testing data set, and with the help of that testing data set we will test our model, okay? So I have just type here train, okay? You can call any thing, okay? So it's just a variable name, and you must make sure that your data should be in form of a list, okay? So for example, inside this list I will pass my sentence like I love sandwich, okay? And then this sentence will be POS positive, okay? So this is my sentence, okay, and this is my answer, okay? And then put both of these things in these rounded brackets. And now let's create a second sentence, and in this case I will make it a negative. I do not like I do not like burgers, or burgers, burgers, okay? And just make it negative, negative, okay? So this is how you can actually create a training data set, okay? And now we need to create our testing data set. Just right here, test is equals to, and your testing data set should be of type list as well, okay? Put rounded brackets here, and just pass your sentence. For example, my testing, I like birds, okay? And you are thinking that why I am writing here positive, okay? Let me explain it to you later, okay? And I will write here I hate, okay? I hate water, lollipops, okay? And I will make this sentence negative, okay? Now you are thinking that why I'm writing here positive and why I am writing here negative. It is a testing list, okay? So why I need answers? Because with the help of this testing list we will check the accuracy of our model, okay? So we will actually pass this testing list when we want to check the accuracy of our model. Otherwise we will train our model, okay, with the help of this list, and then we will get input from users, okay, and it will tell whether your sentence is positive or negative. But when we want to test the accuracy of our model, then we will pass this test, okay, and it will make decision based on these lines, and then it will compare its decision with the answer which we have written here, and it will tell whether I am accurate or not, or whether I am 80% accurate or 90% accurate or 100% accurate. So I have written these two sentences here. So I have mentioned in the previous lecture, the more you will provide data to the model, the more it will learn new things and the more it will become accurate. Okay, so I have copied two data sets, the training and the testing data sets, and I will paste it here. Okay, so this is my training data set. Okay, and this is my testing data set. So just remove it and just remove these lines here. Okay, and yes, everything else is good. Okay, so this is my training data set. Okay, yeah, it is a list and it has these sentences, and inside these sentences I have written the answer of these sentences. Okay, and now this is my testing list. Okay, so I have these sentences and I have written the answer of these sentences. Okay, so it's good, it's good. So let me remove these things. Okay. Okay, so I have rearranged my training dataset and testing dataset, and now we will pass our this training dataset to this model. So just write here train, train. Okay, and now our model will train itself whenever we run it. Okay, so if I run it, everything is processing and you will see nothing. Okay, so you will see nothing because we are printing nothing. Okay, okay, so it has finished. Okay, so now if I say print model, let's see what we will get. Okay, so it is saying that our classifier, this navback classifier, and trained on 10 instances. So these are my instances. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Okay, so 10 instances. So awesome, you have trained your model. So in this tutorial we will see how to classify text using our own classifier. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so previously we have created our model, okay, using this navback classifier, and then we are passing our data set. Okay, and now we will see how our model is acting. Okay, so whether our model is accurate or not. Okay, so it's very simple. For example, I will pass a sentence to my model. Okay, and I will print the result in this result variable. Okay, so just write here model dot what I say, classify, model dot classify. Okay, we need to classify our text, and here I will pass my sentence. For example, this is an amazing library. This is an amazing library, and we want to check whether our this sentence is positive or negative. Okay, so just print our result. Okay, result, and we know very well this sentence is positive. So let's see whether our model is accurate or not. And yes, of course, this sentence is positive. This means that our model is quite good. Okay, so and let's try another sentence. Okay, or you can actually get input from user as well. For example, I will get input from user. Okay, input, and I will say enter your enter your sentence. Okay, and I will, instead of passing here sentence, I will pass my sent variable, and now let's run it. Okay, enter your sentence. For example, I had, or I do not like yes, apples. Okay, and it should print negative because it's a negative sentence. So let's run it, and yeah, here is my answer, and that is negative. So this means that our model is quite good. Okay, and the more you will provide the data, the more it will become accurate. So you can actually check the probability or the confidence level as well. For example, let's here I will say like we are like probability, prob is equals to model dot prob. classifier. Okay, so prob classifier, and here I will pass my sentence, sent variable. Okay, I want to check the probability of my this sentence. Okay, and now I need to print print prob dot prob. Okay, so what is prob dot prob? So basically we are classifying we are testing the probability, and this probability class basically returns two things or two instances. Okay, the positive probability and the negative probability, and in this variable now we have the positive probability and negative probability, and to check the whether to check our positive probability, okay, we will pass here POS positive. Okay, so it will print our positive probability, and if I pass here negative, it will print our negative probability. And how we can access that probability? For this purpose we are using this prob function. Okay, so for just remember, put this prob classify and pass your sentence. Okay, and then through that variable we can access this prob class or this prob function, and inside that function just pass whether you want to check the positive probability or you want to check for the negative probability. Okay, so let's try both of them. Okay, so print prob dot prob, and then I will pass negative negative. Okay, and these values are between 0 and 1. So let's run it and just pass our sentence. For example, this is an amazing amazing okay book. Okay, so just enter. Okay, so this is my positive probability and this is my negative probability. Okay, so 0.98 is my positive probability, and that's why it is showing that this sentence is positive. Okay, and this is my 0.09 is my negative probability, and that's why yeah, of course it is positive, still positive, because our negative probability is much smaller than our positive probability. Okay, so this is how you can check for the probability, and you can classify your sentences. Okay, so awesome, you have made your own sentiment analysis system. Okay, so you can convert these probabilities to percentage as well. For example, I will assign a variable to this line. Okay, and then I will multiply that variable with 100. Okay, and to avoid these long numbers, okay, I will convert that result into int. Okay, so we have done everything previously, so you can use the same logic to convert this value to percentage. Okay, and you can print the probability in percentage for a better output. Okay, so in this tutorial we will see how to classify the sentence which we have passed to our Textblob class. So let's begin the lecture. First of all, let's create our Textblob class. Okay, so I will call it like my blob is equals to txt text blob blob. Okay, and I need to import it. So from Textblob Nlp import Textblob. Okay, so this is my Textblob class, and now inside this class let's pass a sentence. Okay, so for example, I love I love banana. Okay, but I I hate or I do not like other alias apples. Okay, so this is my blob, text blob, and now I need to classify this blob using our this model. Okay, so just shift this sentence down. Okay, just cut it and just put this sentence right here. Okay, and now I need to use my this model to classify this text. Okay, so just right here CLA classifier is equals to, and then pass your name of the classifier, and in this case my classifier is this model. Okay, so just pass your model model. Okay, and now I need to classify this text, so just right here blob blob dot classify, okay, and I need to print it. So what are you expecting? Will it return positive or negative? Because my this sentence is positive but my this sentence is negative. But before I run it, let's comment these sentences, okay? So let's comment everything here, okay, so that we will get our output. Okay, so yeah, our this sentence is negative, okay? So how or why our this sentence is negative? This is because the negativity of this sentence is higher than the positivity of this sentence, okay, and that's why we are getting negative. So one of the major advantage of this text blob is that we can actually check or we can classify our sentences separately. So if I pass my sentence here directly into classify, we cannot test them, okay? So even if a user write a paragraph, okay, or if I pass my whole paragraph to this classify function, okay, it will classify the whole paragraph, not the separate sentences of this paragraph, okay? But using the text blob, we can loop through all the sentences, okay, and then we can check or we can classify that these sentences separately. So let's loop through these sentences. So I will write here for sent is in blob dot sentences, okay? So I will loop through these sentences, okay, and first of all I will print that sentence and then I will tell the user whether this sentence is positive or negative, okay? So just write a sent dot classify, okay, and now I need to classify this sentence, okay? So if I run it, okay, so my I love banana is positive, it's cool, and I do not like apples is negative. Okay, so this is one of the major advantage of this approach, using this text blob class, okay, and then passing our sentences or even a paragraph here and then looping through different sentences and then classifying each sentence separately. So this is one of the major advantage of this approach. In this tutorial, we will see how to check the accuracy of our model and then how to update a model. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so first of all, let's remove these things. Okay, so just remove it. And now I hope that you are now thinking that why we have created this text dataset, okay? Let me answer you this question now. We will use now this data set to check the accuracy of our model, okay? So how we can check the accuracy of our model? So it's very simple. So you just need to write here model.addcu accuracy, okay? And inside this accuracy we need to pass our this test data set, okay? So just pass it here, test, okay? So it will return a value, an integer value, or not an integer value, a float value, okay? And we will save that value inside this, like I will call it inside this variable, okay? And now I will print this variable, okay? So, but I think before running the application, let's convert this value to percentage, okay, so that we will get a better output. So I will call ACC is equals to ACC multiplied by 100, okay, and then I will convert that value to int, and then I will print ACC. So let's check the accuracy. Okay, so our model is 83% accurate. So this is very cool. This is very awesome. So this is how you can check the accuracy. Just use this accuracy function and pass the data set, the testing data set, and this will tell you how much accurate your model is. Okay, and now let's update our model. Okay, so just write here update update, okay, and I will update our model. So updating a model is very simple. Just write here model dot up update, okay, and inside this update we will pass our new data set. Okay, so I have copied a new data set and I will paste this data set right here. Okay, so this is my more data, okay, and this is also a list having sentence and its answer. Okay, and I will pass this more data here, more data. Okay, and now I will check the accuracy of my this model. Okay, so just right here, model dot ACC accuracy. Okay, and just pass here test. Okay, and I will save it, copy and paste is equals to this, and just copy these two lines as well, copy and just paste it, not text, test. Okay, so I hope this will increase the accuracy of my model. And yes, previously our model is 83% accurate. Okay, and now the accuracy of our model is 100%. So you have made a text classification system. So in this tutorial we will talk about sentiment analyzer. And now I know very well you are thinking that we have done sentiment analysis, then why we need a sentiment analyzer? So I will answer this question in this tutorial. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so basically you have a very valid question, and that is we have done sentiment analysis, and now why we need sentiment analyzer. So this is basically an advanced tutorial. Okay, so let me tell you the secret, and that is Textblob.sentiments module provide us two different type of sentiment analyzers. Okay, so one is pattern analyzer. Okay, and that is based on pattern library, so it is a natural language processing library for Python. Okay, and the next analyzer that we have in this text.sentiments module is NavBay analyzer. So this is an NLTK library classifier. Okay, and the amazing thing about this NavBay analyzer is that this analyzer or this classifier or this model is trained on movies review. Okay, so this is an awesome thing. Okay, regarding this NavBay analyzer. So the default analyzer for sentiment analysis, as we have done previously, is pattern analyzer. Okay, so we have done our sentiment analysis with pattern analyzer, and now in this tutorial we will use our NavBay analyzer, which is based on NLTK library. Let's start the coding. So first of all, I need to import my Textblob class. Okay, so just right here from Textblob Nlp import blob import Textblob. Okay, and now we need our sentiment analyzer, and that is from textblob.sentiments. Okay, import NavBay analyzer. Okay, so this is again based on, you know very well, Bayes theorem. Okay, which is a probabilistic theorem. Okay, so now we have my Textblob class, and I have my this NavBay analyzer, and let's create a blob. Okay, so blob blob is equals to Textblob. Okay, and here I will pass my sentence like this is an amazing okay, this is an amazing book. Okay, and I will override my analyzer. Okay, so the default analyzer is pattern analyzer. Okay, but I want to override it. Okay, so I will explicitly define my analyzer. So just right here, a analyzer is equals to NAIVE analyzer. Okay, and put rounded brackets. Okay, and now it's very simple. We have talked about this thing just right here, blob blob dot sentiment. Okay, sentiment, and it will perform my sentiment analysis. Just print it. Okay, and you will notice that my pattern analyzer was returning I think 2 things, but this analyzer basically returns 3 things. Okay, so if I run it, okay, So this basically this analyzer returned three things: the classification, the p underscore positive, and then p underscore negative. So classification tell us whether this sentence is positive or negative. So this sentence is positive, okay, and this is the positive percentage, okay, and this is the negative. So actually this is not in percentage, this is a float value, and its value is between 0 and 1. You can convert these values, okay. So for example, I do not want these values, okay. I just want to print this classification value. So it's very simple. First of all, just store the value result is equals to blob.sentiment, okay, and then print result dot classification CLASSIFICATIO, and make sure that your this name and this name should match, okay. So there is one more way I will tell you later, but for now just type this name as it is, okay, or you can copy it and then paste it here, and if I run it, it will now print just the value of classification, okay. Okay, so here is my output, and that is positive. So this sentence is positive, and you can print the p underscore positive value as well, and the p underscore negative value as well. But there is one more way of printing all of these values, and that is, you have noticed that when we run this function, it returns three things: the classification, p underscore positive, and p underscore negative. So instead of storing all of these values in this single variable, I will create three different variables. So just write here result. So result will be my classification variable, and for p underscore positive, I will go with positive variable, and for p underscore negative, I will go with negative variable, okay. And now instead of writing here result dot classification, you just need to write here result, like for example, I will say result, okay, and I will print the result here, and then in the new line, okay, in new line I will say positive, okay, and I will print my positive value here, and then in the next new line I will say negative, negative, and I will print my negative value here, neg, okay. And now you will notice that it will print three values here, okay. So this is my output, okay. So my result is positive, my positive value is 0.6, and my negative value is 0.37. So this is awesome. So I hope you have understood about sentiment analyzer. So just keep in mind there are two types of analyzer: the pattern analyzer, the nav based analyzer. So pattern analyzer is our default analyzer, and you can override the default analyzer just by defining on analyzer here, and then everything else you know very well. So in this tutorial we will see how we can use NLTK tokenizers in Textblob. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so we have done a tutorial on tokenization where we were using .word function, okay. But in this tutorial, we will see how we can use NLTK tokenizers in Textblob. So first of all, let's import my Textblob class, okay. So from Textblob, import Textblob, okay. So Textblob, it's awesome. And now I need to import tokenizers, different types of tokenizers from NLTK library, okay. So just write here from NLTK, okay, NLTK dot TOK and tokenize, and from NLTK.tokenize I need to import different types of tokenizer, like first of all let's go with tab tokenizer, okay. So tab tokenizer, and I will use my tab tokenizer to separate or to slice my sentence, okay. So I will create a blob of text here. Blob is equals to text blob, okay, and I will pass my sentence here. For example, this is a sentence. Okay, and now slash t, so this slash t represent tab. Okay, so this is a sentence slash t, which is very simple. Okay, so which is very simple. Okay, so which is very simple, and now we need to override the default tokenizer. Okay, so just write here token tokenizer. Okay, and now we need to define our tokenizer here. So in this case our tokenizer is this tab tokenizer, so just write here tab tokenizer. Okay, tab tokenizer, and make sure that this tab tokenizer is a class. Okay, so just put rounded brackets here. Okay, so now we have overridden our this tokenizer. Okay, and let's tokenize this sentence. So just print it, print blob dot token tokenize. Okay, so it's cool. Okay, so if I run it, you will see that in a single list we will have only two values. Okay, so one will be this. Okay, and then one will be this. Okay, because we are using tab tokenizer, and it will slice my sentence right there. Okay, so if I run it, you will see we will have a list. Yes, we will have a list, and it has only two values. Okay, this is a sentence, and then this is my next sentence. Okay, our next value. So this is how you can use NLTK tokenizers for tokenizing a sentence in Textblob. So there are a bunch of other tokenizer, like for example, if I write here TOKE tokenizer, so you can see that we have this tab. Okay, sorry, this tab tokenizer, blank line tokenizer. Okay, this tweet tokenizer, talk tokenizer, text styling tokenizer. So we use these different types of tokenizers in different scenarios. For example, let's go with this blank line tokenizer. Okay, and just remove this tokenizer, and I will write here blank line tokenizer, and put the rounded brackets here. And instead of slash t, I will say slash n, and again slash n. Okay, so this n will separate my this sentence. Okay, and this n will move my this sentence to new line, and this n will create a blank line. Okay, so make sure that you put double slashes here, and then you will get your required output. Okay, and yes, this is a sentence, and which is very simple. For example, if I remove this one slash, and then you will notice that it will return a list with only one object or one value, and this will be this whole sentence. Okay, so if I run it, okay, so this is a list and it has only one value. This is because we have used a blank line tokenizer, and in this sentence we do not have any blank line. Okay, so make sure that you put double n here, or for example, let's put double n here as well, double n. Okay, and let's put double n here as well, slash n, and now it will return 1 2 3 4 values. Okay, so if I run it, okay, so this is a sentence which is very simple. So this is how you can use NLTK tokenizers in Textblob. So in this tutorial we will talk about noun phrase extraction again. Yes, again. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so we have talked about noun phrase extraction previously. Okay, but in this tutorial we will talk more about noun phrase extraction. So basically the Textblob.np extractor module provide us two different classes for noun phrase extraction. One is this fast np extractor, which is the default extractor for noun phrases, and we have another extractor, and that is kernel extractor. Okay, so I hope I will pronounce correct, and that is CONLL, kernel. Okay, kernel extractor. So we will override the default extractor and use this kernel extractor. Let's remove everything. Okay, so just remove it and write here Textblob Nlp to import Textblob class. Okay, so it's cool. And now we need to import our noun extractor. So just right here from textblob.np textblob.np extractor import CONLL extractor. And now we will use this extractor to extract our noun phrases. Okay, so just create our blob here. Blob is equals to what, text blob. Okay, and just write here the sentence. This is a noun phrase sentence. Okay, I like red apples, or red apples, red apples very much. Okay, and now let's override the default noun phrase extractor. So just write here noun phrase extractor is equals to CONLL extractor. Okay, and put the rounded brackets again because this is a class. Okay, and make sure that you should put round brackets here, otherwise it will throw an error. Okay, and now we need to print noun phrases. So blob dot noun phrases. Okay, so if I run it, okay, so noun phrase sentence is my only noun phrase in this sentence. Okay, so for example, instead of this, let's write Python. Okay, Python. So Python is also my noun phrase. So if I run it, it will print Python as well. Okay, so yes, Python is my noun phrase, and noun phrase sentence is another noun phrase. Okay, in this tutorial we will talk about part of speech tagging. Okay, and how to override the default part of speech tagger. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so first of all, this is my sentence. Okay, and this text blob actually provide us two different types of part of speech tagger. One is based on pattern library, and the other one is based on NLTK library. So the parts of speech tagger which is based on pattern library is called pattern tagger, and this is our default tagger. And the one which is based on NLTK library is called NLTK tagger, and this NLTK tagger actually requires NumPy. Okay, so we will install NumPy. So it's very simple. In the term, we will open our terminal and we will just type in pip install NumPy, and if you already have NumPy, then you do not need to install it. Okay, so let's first of all let's import our tagger, and in this case we will import NLTK tagger because pattern tagger is our default tagger, so we will override it using NLTK tagger. So just right here from textblob.tagger taggers import NLTK tagger. Okay, and instead of np extractor, now I will write what I will write POS. Okay, so POS basically represents parts of speech. Okay, and that's why it is called, it's not the abbreviation of position. Okay, so this is actually the abbreviation of parts of speech. Okay, so POS underscore TAGGER tagger is equals to NLTK tagger. Okay, and just put rounded bracket here, and now in this there I will write blob dot what tags. Okay, blob dot tags. Yes, blob dot tags, and if I run it, it will. Okay, so we got an error that is list of object. Okay, so this basically return a list, so do not put these rounded bracket here. Okay, so this is my list, and Python is my noun, is my verb, is my DT, and this is how you can actually overwrite the default noun tagger using this NLTK tagger. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. in this tutorial we will talk about Blobber. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so before I talk about Blobber, or before you understand the concept of a Blobber, it is very important to do some practical work regarding Blobber. Okay, and that is, for example, I have this POS tagger here, okay, and I have another blob, like I will name it like blob2, okay, is equals to text text blob, okay, and then I will write a sentence. This is a simple sentence, simple sentence, okay. And now we need to define our POS tagger, default POS tagger here, copy it and paste it here. So defining the properties for different blobs, okay, for different text blob is quite difficult task. For example, in many scenarios you will have your own custom POS tagger, you will have your own custom sentiment analyzer, okay, and you will have so many text blobs, okay. So it becomes very difficult for us to define each of these properties separately in this text blob. So we need such a class in which we will define these properties, okay, and then we will use that class instead of this text blob, and then for this purpose we use blobbers, okay. So it's very easy. Just right here from text blob, from text blob dot blo blob, from text dot blob import blo blobber, okay, import blobber. And now this blobber will allow us to define these properties globally, and whenever we will use the variable assign that we will assign to this blobber, whenever we use that class, it will automatically apply these settings to all the sentences, okay. So what does it means? It means that for example, I will say custom underscore tb. This means that the text blob, okay, custom text blob is equals to blobber blobber, okay. And now inside this class I will define these properties. For example, just remove it and just cut and paste it here, okay. And for example, I have my own analyzer, and ly analyzer is equals to for example, let's import an analyzer here from text blob dot sentiment import. Which analyzer should I import? Anal and nav base analyzer, okay. So I have this nav base analyzer and IVE nav base analyzer here, okay. And now I need to apply these properties to all these text blobs. So now instead of using text blob, I will use this custom text blob. So what does it mean? It means that we just need to remove this and right here custom custom text blob, okay. And now inside this custom text blob we just need to define this line, okay, our text only, not the properties, okay. Because we have defined all of these properties globally. And now how we can check that whether this blob1 or blob2 has same POS tagger, okay. So we need to confirm it, okay. Then you will believe that I am saying true, or I am true that these blobs have now same properties, okay. So it's very simple. Here I will print that blob dot POS tagger is blob2 dot POS tagger, okay. So if both of these POS taggers for these blobs are same, then this will print true, otherwise it will print false, and it will make this sentence false, that now these two blobs have same POS taggers. So let's try it. Okay, so we got through this, and then this means that this blob1 and blob2 have same POS tagger, okay. And if I say here blob1 dot tags, okay, blob1.tags, okay, and it will print the tags of this sentence, okay, with the help of this NLTK tagger, okay. And if I say analyzer, so it will override the default analyzer and it will use this navbase analyzer, okay. So just right here an analyzer, and this will override the default analyzer. Okay, this is my output, and that is we are currently using navbase analyzer. So this is another proof. So this is how you can define these properties globally, and then you can use them in your whole program. So I hope you have understood the concept of Blobber, which really help us in our real world problems, okay, when you are dealing with tons of data, okay. This Blobber really help us. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. We will see how we can use Textblob for translation and language detection. So let's begin the lecture. Okay, so first of all, let's create a text blob here of some other language. Okay, so from text blob import text blob, okay, and now create a blob is equals to text blob, okay, and inside this blob I will not write hi everyone or hello everyone. I will write something other than English, okay, and I will use Google Translator because I don't know other languages. So for example, I have written here this English, okay, and it has converted this English in French, okay. So you can select any language, and I will copy this line, okay, just copy it and paste it here, and let's see whether our this text blob works correctly or not. So first of all, I want to detect the language, okay, the language of this sentence. So I will write print blob dot detect language, okay, blob dot detect language, and let's see whether it is correct or not. And yes, FR, so this means French, so it is a sentence of French language, okay. And now let's convert this sentence to English, okay. So first of all, let's comment it, okay, and right here print, okay, blob dot translate, okay, blob dot translate, and I want to translate. So this from underscore language is what I say, it's an optional argument, okay. So you, without writing it, it will automatically detect what is the type of language this sentence belongs to, okay. From underscore language is equal to French. I want to convert it to English, okay. 2 is equals to and English, and if I run it, you will see that it will print hello everyone. So hello everyone is the English sentence of this line, okay. So I even don't know how to pronounce it. So if I remove this statement or this argument here, it will still work fine, okay, because it will automatically detect it and it will automatically convert it, okay. So it's awesome. Hello everyone. So this is how you can use Textblob for language detection or language translation, okay. So I hope you have enjoyed this course, this whole course, okay. And yes, I will see you in the next course, in which I will bring some new things, some easy things, okay. So till that point, bye bye. Hi everyone, so in this tutorial we will solve this problem. So recently one of my students just messaged me, and he asked for the solution of this problem, and let me explain to you what is he doing. So he is basically creating a blob, okay, and then he is detecting the language, but he is getting this error. And if you are getting the same error, then I think that you should watch this tutorial, because in this tutorial we will solve this problem, and it's quite a serious problem. So first of all, to solve this problem, you need to understand how Textblob detect languages. So basically, Textblob uses Google's API to detect language, and you know very well that Google has a very huge API system and huge servers and everything. Okay. And Google consistently updates its API system, its servers, and everything else. So recently, Google has updated its API system, and that's why you are actually getting this error. So now how we can solve this problem? So the solution of this problem is very simple. You just need to make some changes in Textblob API or URL, which is basically reference to Google's API, and then you will get your required results. So first of all, for example, just open PyCharm, okay, and I have this simple program. Now let's run it, okay, and this will throw us error, and yeah, here is my error, that is 404 not found, this error, and my this error is same. Okay, so now we will solve this problem. So first of all, you just need to open your directory where you have where you have saved your project files and then your virtual environment files. Okay, so just go to your virtual environment folder, and in this case this is project underscore one underscore virtual. Okay, so double click on it, and then inside this folder you just need to go to lib. Okay, just double click on lib, then click on this side packages. Okay, and inside the side packages you will see all of the packages you have installed. Okay, so I will go to Textblob. Okay, so just double click on Textblob, and here you will find all the Textblob files. So my issue is with this translate.py file. Okay, so I need to make some minor changes in this translate.py file. Okay, so double click on this translate.py file, and it will open this translate.py file in your PyCharm. Okay, so we need to change this URL. Okay, so this URL is referring to Google API, which is actually translating our stuff. Okay, so you just need to put here comment. Okay, comment just right here. Again, URL is equals to double quotes, and then paste the code which I will give in the description down below. Okay, you can copy this code and you just need to paste it here. Okay, and now everything will work fine. Now just come to the program. Okay, and now let's run it, and yeah, everything is working fine. It's French, hello world. Okay, everything is very good. Let's run it again. And yeah, everything is working fine. So this is how you can actually solve this issue, just by making some minor changes in this translate.py file. Okay, I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have some more issues regarding Textblob, then feel free and ask me, and I will definitely answer your questions. Okay, so bye bye.